Humans are very contradictory creatures, we are. Has anyone noticed that in the witchy and spiritual spaces, the terms egregore and spiritual psychosis get thrown around a lot, like how Christians say, you're going to burn in hell? How simply leaving Christian spaces does not mean that the themes of forced unity, power, control, and authority don't inherently follow us wherever we go. Huh, imagine that. We lecture people about closed practices and cultural appropriation, but then simultaneously demand that they move through the physical in the manner that is prescribed to said closed practices. Didn't you know that? Spirituality, religion, is a reflection of how you move through and interact with the world around you. That's why things such as deconstruction are very, very important. But deconstruction and decolonization also dictates that you remember to remove the themes of forced integration, control, and power. Power is not meant to rest on the shoulders of a few. It's meant to rest on the shoulders of a whole community that keeps itself in balance and in check. There's a lot of things within spiritual places that a lot of us aren't ready to really talk about, such as the very nature of growth dictates that in your ancestral practice you should be moving away from the mindsets and fears of our previous generation towards better. That even means moving away from the fear that bled into their practices from Christian indoctrination. The whole point that is ancestral veneration is that each generation does just a little bit better than the previous. Healing is an ongoing cycle that spans across multiple generations. It does not rest on the shoulders of one, but the shoulders of all. And you won't break all cycles in your lifetime. Be grateful that you break the few that you do, because the next generation is watching you do that. And from that inspiration, they go on to break other cycles that you missed. Again, with that all or nothing mentality driving us crazy. Let me give you a real world example of breaking generational cycles. I come from a family that heavily centers men, to the point where men have been the source of great trauma and abuse throughout multiple generations in my family. Breaking a generational cycle isn't me not having participated in that cycle. I very much have, actually. No, breaking that cycle is my children watching me yesterday slam my door in the face of a man that I'm not even romantically attached to. A man that thought that because he is romantically attached to my sister, that he could rule over me as well. But again, his face met my door quite forcefully. That is breaking a generational cycle. It is not that I haven't participated in it. It's that my children are watching me actively fight to get away from it. That it's not okay. It's not normal. That is why in my practice, I don't put people down for the things that they have done or that they currently do. I try to remind them that what they view as normal isn't always normal, and just because it's treated as if it's okay doesn't make it okay. Breaking cycles entails the realization that things can be better. But what do I know? I'm just a low-keyan, chaos. Contrarian. What do I know about spiritual practices and beliefs built from a place of fear? Jeez Louise, most people only have a surface level understanding of Norse paganism, and it shows.